Hello everyone, myself Kailash Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are learning the topic Windows versus Linux. First we will see what is Windows. Windows is an operating system was designed by Microsoft and released in the year 1995. Let's see what is Linux. Linux is an open source operating system for server, computer, mainframe, mobile system and embedded system etc. It was created in 1990. We will discuss here what is the difference between Windows versus Linux. Let's move to the slide. Introduction. We will start from introduction. Windows and the Linux are the two of the most popular operating systems in the world. They have different features and advantage and disadvantage. These presentations will provide a comparative analysis of these two operating systems. We will see here advantage, disadvantage, and the presentations will be provided as a computer analyzing of these two operating systems. Let's move to the next slide. History. Windows was developed by Microsoft and was first released in 1985 as I told. Linux was created by Linus Torvald and was first released in 1991. Both operating systems has evolved over time and have done through multiple versions and update. Let's move to the next slide. User interface. Windows has a graphical user interface GUI that is easy to use and navigates. Linux has different desktop environment that varies in the level of complexity. Some of the popular ones are GNOME, KDE and XFCE. Let's move to the next slide. Software. Software has a larger selections of commercial software and games available. Linux has a larger selections of open source software and programming tools available. Both operating systems have their own software repositories and repositories and packing manager. Let's move to the next slide. Security. Windows is known to be suitable to virus and malware. Linux is known to be more secure and stable due to its open source nature and the ability to customize and configure the system. Linux is known to be more secure and stable than the Windows because due to the open source natures and the ability to customize and the configure the system. Let's move to the next slide. Customize. Linux allows for more customized and personalizations than Windows. Linux allows the more customized than the Windows. User can modify the desktop environment, theme, icons, and the fonts. Windows has limited customized options. Windows has less customized option than the Linux. Let's move to the next slide. Compatibility. Windows is more compatibility with most hardware and software. Linux may require additional driver or software to work with certain hardware or software. However, Linux is more flexible and can be installed on a wider range of hardware. Windows is compatible than the Windows is more compatible than the Linux because its hardware and the software is more additional driver. It's more compatible, and where the Linux additional drivers having software to work certain, it need an additional drive to work a software with a certain hardware or software. Let's move to the next slide. Performance. Linux is known to be faster and more efficient than Windows. It requires less system resource and can run an older hardware. Windows, on the other hand, is known to be slower and require more system resource. Windows is known as slower than the Linux. It requires more system resources, where Linux is known faster and more efficient than the Windows. It requires less system resources and can run an older hardware. Okay, let's move to next slide. Cost. Windows is commercially operating system that require a license to use. Linux, on the other hand, free and the open source. There are no licensing fees or registering restrictions on its use. Windows is a commercial operating system. For Windows, we need a license to work on it. Where in the Linux we do not need a license because it is a open source and it is for everyone as a free, and everyone can use this Linux. Let's move to next slide. Conclusion. We will see here what we have learned till now in these topics. Let's see. Both Windows and the Linux have their own strength and the weakness. Yes, the both Windows and the Linux have their own strength, and the Linux of Windows is very less, and but the Linux is faster than the Windows. The software of Windows is not compatible than the Linux. The Windows need more software and hardware other than this, where the Linux do not need anything. The choice between the two depends on the user needs, preference, and technical expertise. Ultimately, both operating systems can be used to accomplish a wide range of tasks and are costly and volume. Thank you for watching. Kailash Kumar signing off. Have a nice day.